the only way that I was ever able to gain any muscle on my body. So let me tell you a story, right? I used to look like this. I'll just put a picture on the screen. You know what I was doing when I started lifting? With this body, I went on a cut. So I was trying to lose fat to show my six pack and my ripped muscles because that's what the advice was on the internet. If you don't see your six pack, you're a fat ass. So you have to lose the fat. But look carefully, okay? What the fuck can I lose? Like, how many more kilos can I literally lose on this body before I fucking kill myself? Because if you look carefully, I look fat not because I have fat on my body. I look fat because I have no muscle. There's a big difference between the two. And that's why it's always so fucking ridiculous that whenever I went on the internet and I looked up advice on how to recover, how to make my body better, it was always one of two things for people with my body. It was either going on a cut, which is retarded, or the second one, doing a body recomposition. But then if you look even deeper, so you start Googling even more, you'll notice that the same people who are like giving the advice to go on a body recomposition have never done it themselves. They all did bulks and cut cycles. So first of all, they themselves didn't do any body recomp, and then they tell you to do it. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Especially if you take into account, which I didn't, fake natties, people who juice up with steroids, but don't even talk about it. And there's a big difference between lifting naturally and lifting with steroids. We all know that. So how was I in the end able to just build muscle, improve my body? Here are my credentials, nothing too crazy, but within like 8 months-ish, I went from this to this. I'll put the entire picture on the screen, and it's like same body weight, but like completely different bodies, and that's due to muscle. Right now I'm cutting and I'm seeing some results. I'm seeing my shoulders being a little bit more capped, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And this is only 8 months, so in 2 years I'll be fucking huge. I'll be done. Then I'll just maintain. But how do I do it? Like what changed for me? I found a channel, and this guy literally said, stop cutting, stop recomping if you look like a skinny bastard, skinny fat bastard, and just bulk. It was revival fitness. So I thought, okay, let's bulk. But then I started bulking. Started bulking. But I was scared of bulking because I didn't want to be fat because I was always fat. Then I stopped and I did a recomp again. And I just kept spinning my wheels for a couple months until I just realized what I had to do. And I'm going to present to you all of the steps easily. Step 1, you're going to figure out how many calories a day you're burning. Usually you can do this with a TDE calculator on the internet, but it's best if you just take a week and like eat at 2,600. See, okay, am I losing weight? It's best to find these things on your own. But generally, and for me as well, a TDEE calculator works best. Just type your credentials, like your numbers on the calculator, and it'll give you like a maintenance calories. On top of that, you're going to add 200 to 300 calories. Just that. All of that advice here, you need a dirty bulk. It's a fallacy. You don't need 5,000 calories a day to gain muscle. You just need 200 to 300. We're not going to call it a lean bulk to cope. You're bulking on 300 calories surplus. It's pretty much what you're going to do. At the same time, you're going to look at what is the fucking source of the calories. If you're eating mostly like Rice Krispies, Snickers, all of this bullshit, you're a fucking idiot. I want you to focus on bulking and trying to figure out what is the healthiest, the cleanest and healthiest food that I can find. Usually this will be your high in fat meats, so your steaks, your chicken thighs, your salmon, your sardines. You'll eat your avocados because they're high in fat. Fat has the most calories. You're going to include lots of high in fat foods. Then you can add in some rice, some pasta. You can add in some potatoes if you wish. I personally don't eat carbs at the moment, but I'm cutting. When you're bulking, it's a bit different. So if you look at my previous videos where I say don't eat carbs, and now I'm telling you to eat carbs, obviously, because it's for two different things. So if we're building muscle, it's okay to include some carbs, especially before a workout. Good advice is that it will help you with having more energy inside your muscles and whatever. The second one, you're gonna train using a split that you find on the internet. The one that I recommend, you can click on the video on the top there. It's by Revival Fitness, and it's like his programs, pretty darn good. What you're gonna focus on, especially since you're a beginner watching this, you're going to add weight to all of the main lifts, the bench, the squat, the deadlift, and the overhead press every week. Every week you're gonna add fucking kilos to it. Every week. Because that's how it works. We're gonna train super hard, but we're gonna recover really well because we're a beginner. We're gonna build lots of muscle because we're a beginner. And we're just gonna be able to add strength to our lifts. And yes, this means we're gonna focus on building strength. Don't go for hypertrophy as a beginner, because if you're gaining strength, automatically you should be having muscle hypertrophy. Your muscles are bigger, allowing you to lift more. So it's usually like, it's fucking A, and then without A, you cannot have B, for example. Stupid shit like that. You cannot be strong without muscles. Really easy. On the third one, what we are going to be focusing on, what I used to do, is that I make sure that I eat my calories every day. Don't like, okay, I'm gonna do 4 days in the bulk and then 2 days in maintenance to balance it out. You know how stupid that is, right? So just bulk every single day. Make sure you don't skip your exercises. You've been used to lifting in a cut or in a recomp, and it's hard. But when you're on a bulk, you just go ahead and do your shit, go home. It's really easy because you have a ton of extra energy. And we're going to continue to do this until we hit a body fat percentage of around what I look like here, or something when you're unhappy. I usually stop it at like 20 to 22. That's what I stopped my bulk at, and I started to cut now. I think that's like, for me, that's the one where I start fucking having intrusive thoughts about myself. Okay, you're getting too fat. And usually you will be able to tell if you, like, your clothes start to fit very weird and you're spilling over your fucking pants and whatever, you know you have to stop. So we're just gonna bulk until the 20 to 22%, and then you're gonna cut. Simple as that. You know that you've reached your goal by adding muscle if you just compare a picture of you when you were fat, for example, and a picture of you when you're inside of the bulk, and they're at the same weight, but the body should look completely different. That's thanks to muscle. Another way that you know that you actually did it right is if you gain strength. So I added about 30 kilos to my bench, probably even more, to be honest. Around 30 to 35 kilos I added to my bench in those 8 months, which is pretty good in my opinion, considering I was really weak throughout my life. So I'm really happy with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want personal coaching with me, it's not obligatory. The link is in the description. Otherwise, leave a like, subscribe, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.